Hello, my friends, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are working on clue number 5 of Cotton Cuts. Well, I'm doing the colorway Rose Finch, but this is the Flyway Puzzle Mystery Quilt. In clue 5, we received a little gift. I think this is little like sticky tabs. I haven't opened it yet. I believe that's what it was last time, or the last puzzle mystery quilt. Let's look and see. Yes, it is. It's like little sticky note set. And guys, if you are interested, Under the Sea sign-ups are going on right now. I think I'm sitting this one out. I have so much already going on. I don't think I need to add an additional quilt. So guys, I know you can see my stuff still over here. I've kind of taken it easy because of my knee, because I hurt it again yesterday. And so I haven't gotten any more organizing done, but that's going to happen. I'm thinking I may be able to do some more possibly tomorrow evening when I get off work. But clue 5, we're only making 2 blocks. They're identical. So let's get on into it. I have my fabrics laid out here on my tray, my little dolly tray I got the other day. Guys, I really wanted to be working the clues, the mystery clues, but I just have not gotten it done. So we are going to start here by, let's see how many we're making. 4 of these. Make sure we got 4 fabrics. We do. We're just going to start by getting our fabrics, laying it out, and let me get my 4 fabrics here. So I hope everyone is doing great. We're just going to get started here. Oops, I forgot to put my dual control foot down. I had to change back from my zipper bags from yesterday's, well, from Sunday's project. And I forgot to put that dual control foot down. So guys, how are you doing? Yeah, we'll be seeing this on Tuesday. The week has already begun. We're currently having a little rainy weather. You know, it's overcast today. So I'm okay with that. I'm really enjoying the overcast days. I'm sure my garden isn't, though. It likes sunshine. I don't have much of a garden this season. This gardening season, I just haven't done a lot just because my knee's not letting me do too much right now, honestly. So I'm just trying to be careful until we get answers. We'll have answers in a little over a week right now. Hopefully, we will have answers. It's always nice to go and get answers. We're hoping that the MRI they do Friday will show something, what's going on. Okay, so we have the first piece put on our 4 square pieces here. We're just going to trim these off. And I think I can I know I can put that other piece on without having to press it yet. So now we need to get 4 of our D pieces. And guys, I'm really liking this. And it actually looks like the design of the blocks that we're doing right now. It looks like this is going to be a pattern I like as well, which is going to be upsetting that I'm sitting out under the sea. I have You know, I have real FOMO, as they say, the fear of missing out on Under the Sea. And I may go in and look at that and decide to do it or not. My only hope is that they have the shipping issue fixed for everyone that prepays. And my suggestion is, if you're not able to send out the complete box, you know, for the people that have prepaid, at least send their clues so they get the clues at the same time everyone else does. You know, and then just don't include those clues in the box. I mean, that would be the way to go about it. But I don't know. I'm still mulling over Under the Sea. I did see where they ordered, you know, got a reorder of the fabrics. And I think the only colorway that I would really be interested in doing is the Oasis, because none of the others really spoke to me. But if I chose to do it and the Oasis wasn't available, I would probably do the Tula Pink. But Tula Pink is something I'm not normally geared towards. I think the colors are beautiful and everything, but I have to think about it. That really would not go in my home decor. I don't have bright colors like that. I have more muted, earthy tones. Okay, so I have both of those sides done. I need to trim these out and press, and I will be right back. Now that we have these done, I'm going to start adding the next piece on. I am funny in how I have to turn my block the same way as it's showing in the picture, or I confuse myself so fast. And once I do the first one, it's kind of easy to recognize how it needs to go. Like now I know which fabric should be on the right hand side, and you know, to turn it this way. So now we are still under, well, we're on step number 2 of the clue now. And like I said, we're making two blocks for our 2 clues. This is 1 clue. We're making 2 blocks for this 1 clue. If I can get my words out right. Sometimes it takes a bit. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all, the other morning I got up and I was like, I just want to do some, you know, quiet sewing. And that's what I did. I did not record. I just got up. It was very early in the morning. And I just got in here into my sewing room. And I just cut some music on and just started sewing. Sometimes you have to do that. You just have to, you know, get in a mind space, you know, when you're sewing. And it was so nice to do that. Okay, so now we have all of those completed. So now we need to do 4 on the next side. Now this is going to be our color C, which is a beautiful pink. I love how these colors kind of meld together of this colorway. They're just beautiful. They're not anything shocking to the eye. They're very calm colors, and I think that's why I like it, because in my older age, I'm going to say older age, because I'm not 15, 16 anymore. I have found that I go towards more muted colors. The older I get, the more calm I want my colors to be. And I think that's why I'm going more for softer colorways. And you would be surprised at how much colors affect your mental capacity, I guess, your mood. Colors have a lot to do with that. I know when I was in college, we were talking about one of the things that we had to go through was like the design of a facility. And they were talking about, don't use like reds and oranges and yellows in a space for patients, because those colors are not calming colors. Your calming colors would be not a bright white, because that's too institutionalized color, but like blue, light blues and grays. That's why you'll notice a lot of doctors' offices have real calm, soothing colors. Nothing that's real dark and bold. You don't want to put a dark color. And you're probably wondering what medical something I did. When I was working on my master's, I was working on getting my master's in nursing home administration. What that entailed was you had to know about facilities, and we did tour some facilities. We had to pick up things where the design was not good. And like we toured the VA home. Here locally, we have a home that is strictly for veterans. But it's like a hospital. But they live there. Some of them have dementia as well. And some of the things were as simple as the lighting in the hallway. That's an easy fix. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean about the lighting in the hallway? Well, if a patient has dementia and it's nighttime and those bright lights are coming under their doorway, their brain is thinking it's still daytime. So they may never go to sleep. They may never get the rest they need. Other things are the wallpaper that is in the facility. If they have dementia, it needs to be a solid, I'm going to say paint job. It doesn't need to be wallpaper. It doesn't need to have a lot of, the one institution that we toured, the VA home, there was speckled wallpaper, and then the tile on the floor had the little speckles in it. You can't have that with people with dementia. And also in the hallway, you know how like at schools they have that dark, like the black linoleum or tile, with a line? You can't have that either. The speckles, they think is bugs or things like that. And the line, the solid line, makes them think it's a roadway. Now you have to think that these patients, you're probably saying, well, there's no way they're going to think that, but they do. Their brain is not working properly if they have dementia. So you want to do everything in your power, that things that you can control for the patient, you would want to make sure of that. And they don't do real bright colors. They do real calming colors because it is a neurological thing. Now, I know I was truly surprised at the things that, you know, just really, you just don't think about. I would never think about. And see, like carpets, you get those speckled and marbled carpets. You can't have that. So, you know, it's just amazing at the things that you don't think about. So that was very interesting to me. And I already had, you know, well, nobody knows this. When I graduated high school, my plan was to head to New York. I wanted to go to New York to interior design school. And it might have served me well to do that. But I ended up not going. I stayed because of a boy. And that's what I told my kids. Don't focus your education on a boy. Go where you need to go to get done what you need to do. Because 9 times out of 10, that boy ain't going to be there when you graduate college. No way. So now we're doing, I think we're doing 2 of these. That's all I got of my A fabric, so it must be. I have that other one made there, but I'm not pulling it off. I don't need to press it yet until I take these 2 off. So we are currently, or I am currently on number 5 of the clue number 5 of the Flyway Puzzle Mystery Quilt. And so far, so good. I'm not going to say that too loud because we all know how that can change in an instant. You realize you've been sewing the wrong 2 color pieces. Or you sewed it to the wrong side, or you did something not right. So now I do need to press, but I'll be right back. But here we are getting these done. I'm making sure I have these turned the right direction. That is what I have found where I have messed up quite a few times because I haven't paid attention to my positioning of my fabrics, or I just sewed it on the wrong side. That happens more frequently than you realize. For some reason, my thread is getting stuck in my automatic thread cutter. Now, I hope I'm putting these on the right direction. I think I am. But we will see. I do have to go on and press these out because I have to put these 2 blocks together. But y'all know the drill. I'll be right back. Now we have our second little set done. So let's see goes where. Which goes where? Oh, I'm putting them together wrong. That would not be good. Would not be good at all. I probably had them right. Just picked it up the wrong way. Picked it up from the wrong side. I'm going to go ahead and press these so I can set them aside. Okay, that little block has come along well. So now we have 2 sets of 2 squares. So that is going to be very, very cute. And now we only have this. This is all we have. Oh, wow, we're going to do 8 of these. So let's see if we've got 8. We've got 8 of that one. We've got 8 of that one. So we are going to make 8 half square triangles. And then we will start, I'm not going to say assembling the block because our 8 half square triangles has to make something first. Okay, and here we go on our half square triangles. Just letting that feed through. I have to remember to turn them right sides together. Half square triangle, we're doing 8 of them. I may speed you up through some of it, but these are, I think the hardest part is lining it up on my machine here, but it's going pretty smoothly. And I might have spoke too soon because, well, probably not. I've already had a thread breakage with this. I'm pretty certain this is Mettler. People will say, check your tension. My tension is fine. My stitches are fine. It's just breaking. My needle is fine because I've gotten to where I change out my needle every 2 to 3 days. I'm not going to say projects, but technically they are projects. But I know if I hit a needle on a project, once that project's done, that needle is changed out. On my end, while I'm sewing, I don't hear a clickety-clackety, but I've noticed in my editing of the videos, sometimes you can hear that. I don't know what that's picking up because it's not doing that on my side. Okay, so now what I need to do is press these out. We will get that done here. Now see, like this is sticking up down here. It's getting caught in that automatic thread, you know, automatic cutter under there. Now have our 8 half square triangles pressed. So what I have to do is try to arrange these correctly. That's going to be a hard part. Maybe not. Maybe not. It looks like we have this bottom seam that is going to nest. So I'm just going to pin that to nest it and then have the rest of it just kind of fit together. And we're going to get started on step 10 of our Clue 5 for the Flyway Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. So we're making 4 of these. So what I will do is go on and do my 4, and I'm having to make sure I'm laying them correctly. I'm telling you, position is everything on these on this particular block because it's making a pinwheel. And we do not want to mess that pinwheel up. I'm double checking that to make sure I have it placed correctly, that I'm not sewing on the wrong side, because that could be disastrous if I sewed those on the wrong side. I have to keep remembering this is my D fabric. That's hard for me to remember. I keep wanting to say the darker fabric is my D fabric, and it is not the D fabric. I hope you guys are getting you some sewing done. It's always a good day when you can put a needle and thread and some fabric. That's always a great day to me. A day messing up being creative is a great day to me. If I'm not getting to sew, it's not a good day, which that's not always true, because last week I didn't get to sew until Thursday because I've been reorganizing my room and downsizing my room, and I'm still doing that. Okay, so we got these 4 done. So now I'm going to trim and press on these, and we will start putting them together to make another block. This will have 3 separate blocks. We have these pressed, so now let's make them into a block. With pinwheels, I have to double check myself multiple times just to make sure that I'm getting getting the fabrics going in the right direction. They're so easy to slip and mess them up. We don't want to do that though. And guys, in my reorg, I'm hoping to find some things. I had promised a pattern to someone over a year ago, and I have not been able to find that pattern. I know I haven't given it away or sold it. It's just somewhere in my stash here that I have to find. So we will be doing some more chaos coordinating in here sometimes this week. I want to, my focus is to get my computer, because you can see my computer screen right there. I want to get that moved over to the other computer desk, so if I ever leave anything open and forget about it, you guys can't see it, and it's not a light distracting in that direction. Got our pinwheel done. So now what we will be doing is taking our pinwheels and adding them to two of our, this was our first block we did, step 2. And there is, on the back, there is a diamond on the back. And I'm just making sure this center seam lines up with the point on the diamond. This step right here is step 11 of our clue number 5 for the 2025 Spring Puzzle Mystery Quilt Flyway. This is very exciting to be getting this clue down. This means we are halfway there. I do need to either get my Tree of Life ready to be quilted or my Wild West. I think I have said that I have a bolt of fabric for the Wild West. It's not the Wild West. It is the Tree of Life that has the fabric with the creatures on it. I think it has deer head on it. So I may have to find some fabric that matches that. I think the fabric that I have in my stored closet, the bolt, I think it has like night owl creatures on it and stuff like that. And I don't think that would match really well, but I haven't checked it yet. Okay, so I have my first block done. I could have kept on doing the other ones. I just need to put these over here to be pressed. And we're going to do our other 2 blocks. Before we start pressing, our other 2 blocks is these 2 that we have here and the last 2 of our step 2 blocks. So let's see. These, I'm positioning them on my machine the direction they need to go. So this one here is going to go face up. I say face up because these 2 are the ones that need to be at the top. We have another center seam on a diamond point, and what I'll do is I'll just put a pin in that point and seam. I'm lining up my corners here, just getting it under that needle. Now I'm going to say I am very impressed. At the baby shower the other day, I met a young lady, and when I say young, she's probably not even a teenager, that is into quilting. I was so impressed. I'm so excited to have her in our community because, you know, this is a pastime that's being passed on from her nanny to her, and it is so exciting. I know she's excited about it because I got to talk to her a little bit at the baby shower, and she seemed really excited about it. You know, it's good when the younger generation or generations pick up on it, so that way, you know, it's going to be a craft that doesn't get forgotten. I have yet to see anyone that still does what they called chicken scratch. My grandmother taught me how to do chicken scratch, but it didn't stick. So I am now going to press these 4, I'm going to call these rows that we've gotten done, and be right back. Okay, these are not perfect, but they are done. They're beautiful. So here we have these done. And let's start assembling our blocks. We're making 2 blocks, same exact blocks. So we just have to lay our rows of the block together. I'm making sure I have it all. And we're just going to nest the seam right here and get our blocks done. And guys, this is step number 13. And I'm guessing we've made pretty decent time because I've been sewing about an hour and 15 minutes. Hour to an hour and a half is normally what it takes me to get a clue completed. Now I have another diamond point and seam come together right there. I went on and pinned that. I need to pin this one down here because I didn't. And we don't want to hit that pin, so taking it very slow at that seam. Hitting a pin is never a good thing because it messes your needle up. We've got that one done, and now we're just going to flip this next one over. We're going to pin it and get it sewed, and we will be right back. And I am back with our number 5 clue block. Looks like we're going to have some arrow looking things there. Very, very pretty. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today as we do the clue number 5 to Cotton Cut's Puzzle Mystery Quilt Flyway. This took about an hour and 20 minutes, and that's quite average for this. I am doing the small flyway. I don't believe I might have ordered the border kit. I can't recall, but my suggestion, if you do this small and you want something a little more than a lap throw, add the border kit. If you do a border kit really isn't required. If you do the border kit, you're getting into a bed size quilt. So if that's what you want, that's perfect. So guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. Give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye guys.